Hello my fellow Shogun 2 full of the samurai players, Zaript here, and today I'm going to cast a match between me and Taiko. I actually recorded all the games live, but I was pretty silent while microing, so I decided to go and record replays. And if you want some dynamic games and some dynamic cast, you should skip it, because I'm going to discuss every freaking mistake I made, because this is a tournament games. It's a Dragon War tournament. It's a group stage of group 14, and well, I want to show you how exactly I think about game and how theory meets practice, and well, how they clash. Now, when we got to waterfalls. Let's go over my build first, like in details. Look at my deployment zone. It's not random. My deployment zone, my deployment. Let me explain it. Let me explain it slowly. So what I have is one single 150 unit, just because I want to keep some pressure on higher ground. You don't need any 150s on the lower ground because of this. Oh, if you play correctly. So, 2 red beers as support, 1 spear levy so that I have more freedom with my cavalry. Here I have 2 more red beers and the vermilion black tortoise force with sabre cavalry, spear levy. I have 2 sabre cavalry rank 2, 1 is here, and 1 should be, where is it? Okay, here it is. I have 4 yariki rank 2 and 1 revolver cavalry. My general is leadership gen with gun enabled. Now my plan with my cavalry is something that I cannot yet accomplish properly, and you will see. I want to use low level cavalry, but I want to have at least 5-6 melee cav, and the plan is pretty much countercharge my opponent's cavalry and get with revolvers from behind and shot them. So if his cavalry cheaper, I would kill him. But if his cavalry, as in this case, more expensive, my revolvers would make it worth the exchange for me. So let's go for Taiko. Taiko have 4 Yariki rank 5. 1 is hidden somewhere. Then on high ground he have infantry the marine, red bears and white bears. Both rank 1, and he really loves suppression fire. All his units have suppression fire. Okay, well, except for infantry the marine, because it's too expensive already. Here we have red bears, red bears, red bears, supported by 1 more white bear and royal marines. His general is full gun gen. Now, when I saw this, I was delighted. At the beginning of the game, I saw, because of reconnaissance of my leadership gen, I saw him having 2 marines, and I was concerned if he puts his marines here. I knew it would be a longer game, because I would have to play more cautiously. I will have to play defensively here. I will have to take this push in this direction. But now, look at this. He takes 2 marines, but he puts 1 on a lower ground, 1 on a higher ground. I have no intention to attack on 2 directions at the same time. So, just because he splits like this, it gives me a perfect opportunity. I can just hold it here. I have same range on this on higher ground, but because I have more cavalry, you see, he put more funds in his infantry. Just because I have more cavalry, I would be able to put all my cavalry somewhere here, and I would overcome this force easily. At least that's the plan. That's the theory. And it may sound like something complicated, but the moment I saw this, I already knew. He have more lines than me. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. 2 of them are light. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line. Only 1 allied. So I just know that I have more cavalry, I have revolvers. So I know I have more mobility, and more my mobile forces can get there. So, and spear levies are here exactly for that. They, in theory, have to eat first volley, allow to my line to get in range, and then cavalry would follow. So that's my plan, and that's why I was delighted to see that his marines are split. Like, if he can attack me here fast enough before I destroyed his right flank, this is something pretty much impossible, because I would be defend in forest over river. He can't attack fast enough. So let's see how it actually goes in reality, my plan. So as you can see, I'm trying to make it look like it's even. I'm not look, I'm still not. I'm showed some of my cavalry. This is mistake actually, but I'm still not showing my plan exactly. You see, I'm hiding my cavalry as I can. This cavalry in the middle. I make it look like I don't care about this area at all. Here's a mistake. Again, because I use this classical camera, microing it here. You see, I'm giving orders, and suddenly I realize I missed something. Here it is. I still didn't react. Look how much time you need to react when you use classical camera. Suddenly, finally I react. So, my reaction is, and again, just because it's classical camera, it's very difficult for me to pick my cavalry and to send it where I want on the right route. You see how they blobbed up. Awkward order, but I need to do stuff fast. But at the beginning, he got very nice 40 kills on me. But suddenly, just because of bad angle, I'm starting to get better kills. This is strange, but that's how it happens. Half of his unit cannot shoot, it doesn't see. But my unit gets shots. So, Yariki Sabri cavalry here against 2 Sabri cavalry rank 5. And now I try to get... Look how... This is just because of this awkward order. Look how they can't go through. This can lose you a game. You expect your cavalry to be already here. Like, all my mobility goes to nowhere. Look how slow they are on the full speed. You see? This is so annoying sometimes. My general not getting shots. But here, my marines moved in, get some shots on these white bears. This is mistake. I committed my red bear a bit too early. Should have just waited, because all I want.
Sir, your general is under attack.
Let me be more frank. Like, I moved this red bear, and my plan was to move it first, and then move my Royal Marines. But because my cavalry is so slow, and I put my attention to managing my cavalry again, I just didn't think. But let's think about it more carefully. Here, if I just wait with my red bears, I can commit them if he tries to turn his infantry to marine and shoot here. Then he will show me his flank, and then I would be able to attack. Then why do commit too early when he definitely will have frontal shots? This is a bad decision. So you don't want to attack if you have isolated unit to work with. Just kill this white bear, not for free, but kill it, because if this infantry, the marine, will turn, what can it shoot at? At spear levy, at sabre cavalry, but at the same time I will have Royal Marines to shoot from a flank. So when you have something that keeps your opponent from turning and can punish him for turning, then you don't have to attack. Honestly, you just don't have to attack. And let's see. Here, because of this suppression fire, my spear levy about to rout, and because of friendly fire, of course, from behind. But this white bear should go soon. And it managed to kill 85 men. Actually pretty good. So cavalry fight is about to start. And I'm trying to micro myself out of this charge and counter charge. But look, I misclicked. It's a move order instead of charge. Huge blunder on my part. And here I didn't actually run away from a charge. So now I try to get my cavalry in. I charged my saber cavalry, white bears are dead, but his Yariki charged me. I attack this Yariki. And now I'm getting better part of this engagement by targeting his infantry, the marine, but I paid red bears. I could have done it anyway. So here I have another problem. I have Yariki out of a fight because it's very difficult to micro here. And I have my revolvers without proper line of sight, you see? They are not shooting. And they wasting so much time reforming just because my own units, look, going through revolvers, they cannot shoot because they keep reforming. So this is another mistake. You want your revolvers behind, like all the time. You want them come after. You don't want your own units to go through your revolvers. Because if you give attack order to your revolvers, they could come too close in such a strange terrain. So I'm getting relatively bad exchange with my cavalry. It could have been so much better if I properly prepared this fight. And I'm telling you this because stuff like this, it could be calculated. All you need, 2 counter charges against 2 his units and revolver behind. You don't need to blow up like 5 units like I did. This is it's a micro mistake which can destroy a good plan. And when we cast games, we assume players to understand this difference, right? So there is stuff that you can do with your micro and you cannot. It's like you train your micro and you get to a new level, like new strategies become available to you. And you see, for me, this cavalry heavy strategy is still so-so. This exchange is too expensive for me. And here, obviously, I'm just holding. I'm not attacking. I'm not shooting. In the middle, I gave attack order on cavalry, I think. I want to get rid of this cavalry too much. So I think I'm in range of this red bears now. I will get rid of his cav. Attack order on them. Now cavalry dead, and I have to keep my Royal Marines alive because I remember my opponents still have Royal Marines. My sabre cavalry, it started from here and snook around. Here, other thing, other mistake. Look at this. I see that his red bear targeting my Royal Marines. It's obvious, right? So I know, and I have this red bear. Again, I have a flanking threat for his red bears. So this unit should shoot. I should stop it here. And this unit should not stop and should retreat. Because it doesn't matter how much I kill if I lose my Royal Marines. I don't have other 150s in my army. So this is a bad exchange. Each kill he gets is okay for him because he have more line and he exchanged his cavalry well enough. And I realize it, but a bit slower, but I still realize it, and now I try to pull back. And as you can see here, nothing really happening. He did some small shots, but I pulled back. And this is what I mean by flanking threat. So you want facing, like, it's so simple theory when you have one active unit against you. Whenever it faces you, you pull back. Whenever he tries to face other direction, you pull back and move from this direction. You just don't always want to shoot from a flank. Now my sabre cavalry from that side, it went around, maybe a bit too long of maneuver, but with classical camera, you know, I cannot control it. I have to go all the way with my camera to control it. Went around, I'm trying to catch his general. My revolvers should have disabled fire at will. They're wasting ammunition here on these white bears. Mistake on my part. But now I catch this white bear and look how smartly Taiko does. He understands that most important part right now is to get rid of my cavalry because when it comes to line, he have an advantage. So my only advantage is mobility right now, and he tries to get rid of it. And obviously cavalry is easier to kill, smaller unit size, they would rout earlier. this is a good target choice. But for this one Zaript cavalry, he pays 2 line units. They're wavering and they should be routing pretty soon. Nice shots, and at this point, if played perfectly, I think I have superior chances from this point, right? For one simple reason. He have attacking role in this game. So, which means, like, I don't know, this probably doesn't look much like he's attacking right now, but that's because I don't really play defensively. That's not how I used to play. And here I will start to make mistakes. And this is another very important thing. On a tournament, it's very clear, like, look, I'm doing nothing. I destroyed, as I planned initially, I destroyed this contingent. I could have done it much cheaper. Look how much of his Koku focused here. And I only had 1, 2, 3 line units here with 1 spear levy and Zaript cavalry. So much forces on this direction were much cheaper. So I had Koku advantage here, but I couldn't win it. I could have won this decisively, but I didn't. Look how depleted my cavalry. So in tournament match and in any match, it's important to realize that there is this moment of slowdown. Now match slowed down because he have no cavalry left. And at this point, you have to stop and think. How do I approach this? You have to calculate forces again. Like, you have to once again take a look at his forces and say yourself, I don't actually have line advantage because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On a forest, on a hill, I have no freaking line advantage. Which means, since it's a tournament match, I should take on my role as a defender. At this point, I should keep my archery dodger, and then I should just pull back, hide in a forest, and let him attack me. Because, man, what can he do? He has this general 155 range, but with 10 men, he cannot kill much, especially if I hide in a forest. So, that's what I should have done. But that's what I do. I got too cocky. I didn't really count forces. Exactly. Like, and just because I found some good angles, you see how I bait his volley with this spear levy and move in with Black Tortoise Force, but with their terrible accuracy, look, in one volley, 11 men killed. Against Forest, I'm in a terrible spot here, and look how he decimating. Man, it's just insane how ineffective my line against Forest. And that's all something to keep in mind when you play. And at this point, I got really... The best word would be to say bored. Like, I know... You know this thing when you... know what you have to do, but your hands just don't listen to. Like, look at this. I know I don't have to engage, but I still make this. I'm too lazy. Like, I'm microing this, and I have to go around to micro, and whatever. Let's do it like this without properly controlling distance. That's why I pretty much lose all my... get out of all my tournaments. I get lazy, and I get too easily bored with games that are pretty much decided. This was definitely exciting game, but in the end, it's just not a type of game I like to play personally. And what happened here is Taiko's game crashed. So yeah, there is no ending, but obviously you can read how it would end. And tournament host and admin Alesar asked myself what I think, and what can I say? I lost this one. It's absolutely clear that I lost this one. So in this game, Taiko got a victory, and I will not go to the final stats. I will just leave it at that. And again, guys, like when you have this is what's so good about Waterfall. It tests your understanding of mobility. On Waterfalls, if you have low mobility army and you split it, you should understand what you betting. Honestly, first gift from Taiko to me was those split Royal Marines, Infantry Marine. This was good for me already. Him splitting his quality while I had not enough quality to face it all. Now, second was when he actually moved to this side of a river. When his line went here, it was second gift which could have cost him the game, because with Taiko's line here, he cannot easily pull back anymore. This river would slow him down, so he gave me time to get my cavalry here. And if I wasn't so bad, the whole game would have been lost here for Taiko. Still well played, and still, no matter what I say about how much it cost him, he still managed to make a good exchange here for himself. He made it pretty worth the exchange, and he won. Can't argue with that, but I still think theoretically, if properly played, Taiko made a huge mistake. He just made a mistake that would cost him a game against strong opponent with better micros than me. Okay, let's stop for this game, and I will see you in the next one soon. See you guys.